Welcome to the Video Wizards podcast. I'm ready.
Peter Packrat, Atari.
I didn't mean that, honestly. Speaking of terrible concepts by Atari, Mikhail.
Exactly. So I heard Peter Packrat, I heard Atari, and immediately I slapped my hand to my forehead, like, oh, here we go.
What's Ben done now?
Yeah, what's he dug up now? Never heard of this game before. The name Peter Packrat, it's not instantly appealing, to say the least.
No.
But then I sat down and played it. And I was at least initially very positively surprised, actually, or very charmed by what I found. It has a very catchy, whistly tune.
Yeah.
The music is actually really good
It
in
is
this
good.
game. And the characters, the main character of Peter Packrat and the enemies that walk around are really well animated.
They are well animated.
Which is no surprise, because the animators that worked on this, or the animator that worked on this, was Debbie Hayes, who previously worked as an animator on Watership Down, American Pop, and Fire and Ice by Ralph Bakshi. The
Really?
fantasy epic, yeah.
Wow.
And you can see a sort of that American animation style in these characters, right? There's like the big bulldog, there's the Siamese cat, the sort of rats with the spy gear on, all reeks of classic American animation, all this stuff.
Yeah.
I played the first level. I thought, oh, this is pretty cool. You basically have to grab all the stuff,
Yeah.
and then you can actually chuck it at enemies to dizzy them, and some of it has different effects. So if you chuck it at a flying insect, you could grab it and then use it as a parachute to get across to the other side of the screen. But that's kind of where my positive feelings ended with the game, because let me tell you, stage 2, 3 and onwards are absolute clusterfucks to navigate.
Oh, Atari. It was going so well.
Yeah, they had everything going for it, except for the name. The name is terrible.
Oh, no. I mean, I know what you mean. Like, when I first put it on, I was shocked at how jaunty Peter dodges round the junkyard in his blue and grey waistcoat. Right.
Yeah.
It reminded me a bit of a couple of games. It reminded me a bit of the Goonies game on the NES, and it reminded me of Popeye as well.
Yeah,
A similar kind of layout to that. But when you get to that underground level where that big rat turns up with the purple trilby and the purple shirt. Yeah, and the bats are flying everywhere.
Yeah, and then you got these pipes. They're warp pipes, but it's basically a guess, like where you're going to end up
there's
in,
no
because
thingy, is
the
there?
visual design is, it seems like on purpose, completely obfuscated. Yeah, it becomes a complete matter of trial and error at that point. Atari.
I don't do this on purpose, you know.